Alright, so before I start the video, I just want to let you guys know that if you guys have been wondering how come I haven't been having any videos being uploaded last week, it's pretty much because I've been without internet ever since Wednesday, Thursday. And, well, by the time you guys are watching this, that means I finally got my internet back, and this guy cutting the lawn is, like, staring at me, so I'm about to head the fuck out. But, if you guys can't tell by the title of the video, I finally went to my very first car meet. So, without further ado, let me get the hell out of here so all these people cutting the lawn do not continue staring at me. And, yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so this is actually going to be my second attempt making this video. That's why I look different, because I'm also going to work, but pretty much my battery had died, so we're doing this. So what I'm here to talk about is actually my first experience going to a car meet, which happened, well, I believe it was Wednesday, Thursday. Pretty much what had happened was, at first I was just hanging out with a bunch of friends and stuff. We were chilling, doing our thing, and then we decided to go grab a bite to eat. We decided to go over to IHOP. It was around, I want to say 9-ish o'clock. So when we went to IHOP, at first we had noticed, sorry, my bad guy in the way, we had actually noticed a couple of cars that were there. It was just a couple of 240s. They looked really nice. They really looked drift purpose built, and I really enjoyed it. But I didn't want to like go up to them and say anything because I was with friends, and well, my friends were my focus at the time. So I admired the cars from a distance and went on with my way. As we were eating at IHOP for a while though, I started to notice that there were actually a few cars, really nice cars, that were driving by. And you know, again, I didn't make much of it because we kind of see nice cars every day, even in places that we don't expect. Oh, crap, I gotta make a U-turn. So again, I didn't make much of it. However, it wasn't until we all were done with IHOP that the moment we stepped outside that we had noticed that we had just stumbled upon a car meet. The parking lot was full. In our area where we were, it was pretty much a 3-lane parking lot. But then on the other side, it was 2 lanes that were also completely full of cars. And pretty much the cars we normally saw was your Evos, your Subarus, which the Evos were on our side of the IHOP. Majority of the Subarus, however, were on the far other side. There were also a bunch of 240s, all looked drift ready. You had some Miatas. There was an R32 that I saw. It looked really nice. It was a GTST, but it's an R32. It's a Skyline. You can't bitch about it. You know, it's just like, where's your Skyline? You know, stop bitching about it. Then we also saw a couple other cars, a couple of 8.6s. One of them had a really nice wrap though. It was like one of those camo wraps in like the red, white, and black color scheme. I really liked it a lot. But yeah, it was actually really cool accidentally stumbling upon a car meet. And again, it was the first one I ever went to. So I was actually really nervous when I got there because I'm one of those people, I think it can go, because I'm one of those people who feel like I'm not worthy to be in an area where my kind of, I don't want to say skill, but pretty much what I bring to the table isn't much. Again, I drive a 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer Ralliart, and it's an automatic. So, especially where we were all parked at, we were with all of the Evos, and the Evos were manuals, obviously turbocharged, and their engine bays looked hella nice. And all I have is just like a strut bar and an exhaust, and then of course the all-fit universal lip, but lightly modded, pretty much still stock. So for me, I felt hella nervous. I'm just like, I don't feel worthy. That kind of mindset comes with a lot of stuff. Like if I ever went to the gym, I would feel like I'm not worthy because I look hella skinny and stuff like that. Pretty much that's how I was. But over time though, I began to realize just how friendly the car scene is. Because I guess one of my big mindsets was, you know, that everybody on the internet acts the same way how they do in real life. Because we all know how people like to be a little non-filtered over the internet. No matter what the scenario is, it could be gaming, it could be dealing with the car scene, it can deal with, you know, I like to watch free running videos. Some people like to criticize that, saying, oh, you're not doing it wrong, you're not good enough, and stuff like that. Anything on the internet, there's always that negative side. And I kind of, for some reason, had the mindset that that would come to real life as well. Again, I drive a Lancer Ralliart. It's not an Evo. So being paired up with all these Evos, it's just like, I am the lesser being. I am here, and the Evos are way to fuck up there. And then of course I drive an automatic, so it's also like, oh, people are gonna look at me and like, you're a car guy, but yet you drive an automatic, get out of here, you hoser. So it's like, I felt nervous. But like I said, over time of talking with the people and hearing all the stories that people have, I began to get more comfortable and start to realize just how friendly of a community the car scene was. And this probably pertains to pretty much any kind of scene you go into. I should say, oh wow, this Lexus in front of me was really smoking. Okay, I think it's okay now. But yeah, I think that's pretty much pertains to like any scene, really. It's just like, don't believe that the internet version of that scene is the same thing as it is in real life. Because, you know, when you're on the internet, you can pretty much talk all the shit you want and nobody really knows who you are. You're kind of being one of those anonymous trolls. However, when you're in real life, you know, nigga, if you have something you want to say it to my face. But a lot of people won't. But luckily, I never had that kind of vibe with any of the people who I was talking to. I never had that vibe of like, they have a low-key, I won't say hatred, but like they want to say something. It's just like, oh, you're not good enough, but let me still be friendly to you. No, it was all genuine friendliness. They made me feel like, you know, it's like one big family. So pretty much, I know I'm pretty much like repeating myself, but there's really not much to say. At least there's nothing negative I wanted to say. Yeah, there were a few of those people who were doing the, you know, trying to rev their cars as loud as they can. I actually caught a video clip of it and I posted it up on my Instagram. You guys can check that out. There should be a link to it in the description down below. Yeah, you have those people who would try to rev their cars, try to show off a bit, but it wasn't anything too hectic. I guess we were just in a lucky meet, because there were also a lot of Mustang guys and stuff, so lucky no cars were hurt. But yeah, some people would try to pull off and show off, but it wasn't anything bad. But to be honest, if that was like the only kind of negative thing I could say about that meet, I think it's safe to say that my experience at my very first meet was really great. And luckily that meet, they say they hold it like every Thursday. I actually was able to snoop along Instagram. I was able to find the Instagram page that hosts it. So who knows, maybe not every Thursday, but every now and then I'll be going back to the meet, and by then I should be even more and more comfortable to where I can actually start conversations with people. Because another thing that's also with me that makes me feel not worthy is because even though I like cars, I'm not, like, I don't have any, like, high features. And what I mean by that is, like, you'll have the kind of car guys who know, like, every ins and out of an engine or like how a car works, or you'll have somebody who's like a history buff when it comes to cars, or somebody who's actually done some racing. Like I said, like there are a bunch of 240s that you can tell have been drifting before, maybe street drifting or actual amateur pro drifting. But yeah, like you can tell that everyone has some kind of, I don't know what to explain it, but like somebody has that feature that they can bring to the table. For me, I'm still kind of a casual. I really do love cars. I really want to get into it more. But it's like, for me, I felt like I didn't have much to bring to the table, so I also felt nervous about that too. But again, that's just how I am with pretty much anything. I always feel like I'm not worthy to be amongst whatever group. And so I always kind of like isolate myself, which is not a good thing, but that's just something I just instinctively do. But I think over time with this, like seeing how friendly everyone was, I might be able to be more comfortable and be able to start more conversations, wanting to talk more, be more social. And I love the fact that that meet showed me just how open and friendly they are to newcomers. Like, yeah, you had a couple people who were just in like their own group. Like I saw like one group that were just chilling out by their Miatas and they were playing cards and dominoes. But a lot of the people you can just see like walking around, checking out people's rides, want to see like, oh, you know, what you do to it, or you know, your stories to getting to that point. And there were actually a couple of people that I saw who were rocking Tuner Cult, not Tuner Crate, but Tuner Cult. It's another automotive apparel that I also love to wear. At that time, I was wearing my Tuner Crate shirt, my recent one with the 1986 300ZX. I can't remember it fully, but it's pretty much my recent Tuner Crate shirt. I was wearing that shirt and I was able to spark a conversation with that, at least relating to the ZX itself. And then I also ran into a guy who had the Mitsubishi Evo Tuner Cult shirt, and I was able to talk to him and we built a little connection, and it was actually pretty cool. So I'm about to hit work, but overall, my experience with my very first car meet that I accidentally stumbled upon, very great. I have nothing but good things to really say. Even those people who were like revving their cars and stuff, to be honest, I like that. I always love hearing people's cars, so it brought a smile to my face. But yeah, everything was really cool. Nothing chaotic happened. No cops showed up, which I was thankful for, because some people were being a little rowdy with their cars, and especially there were, like I said, there were like Mustangs and stuff trying to peel off and show off. But luckily, nothing bad happened throughout the entire time, and that's what made me really happy. So maybe one day in the future, I'll probably bring the camera and do a little cinematic vlogging, because I really want to do some more of that and try to build my skill up with that. But yeah, I'm at work. I don't want to be late, even though I'm already here. I'm gonna just end the video off here. Let me know how your first car meet experience was, and if you're down here in the South Florida area. I live in Pembroke Pines. If you know of any upcoming meets, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat, and I'm out. Peace. Make the ground shake.